good. All right. So the whole premise. My name's Lee Jacobs. If you don't have a clue who I am, some of you do. Some of you, like Julie, from I don't know what, 20 years ago now. It's been or more.
Yeah, 50 years.
No, I meant since
Whoa.
since
Now
the
she's
Kung
showing
Fu
it. Now he's showing
days
his age.
as well. So yeah, I'm not quite 50 yet. I'm getting close, but not quite there yet.
Oh,
I think
you're
I
on
was
your baby then.
in my early 20s when we first met, when I was
Oh, wow.
when we was doing the Kung Fu stuff. So anyway, so yeah, my background is very much to do with the martial arts and the Kung Fu side of things. I literally carried on through various different Japanese and Chinese martial arts with the understanding and the idea and the goal of being able to use the physical side to defend myself, but also wanting to know more about the healing side. There's always two sides to it, which is what the whole, or one aspect of what the yin yang side of thing is about as well. And then I kind of carried on down that path of wanting to know more about the healing, the connections that it has within us and around us, the energy side of it as well. Very much looking into the therapy side of things. Found it just took too long. Then started looking into NLP and different aspects of NLP and other different ones with like Gestalt, with different types of behavioral therapy, and then went into, like, from that into the superconscious work, tapping, emotion code, body code. Looked at all of these different ones, studied them, and found that they were all, every one of them are looking to do the same thing. Just like in martial arts, everyone has an expression of what a fighting or defensive system is. Every single one of those is exactly the same thing. It's their expression of what a healing system is. But what I found is that they took too long. Each one is going through layers. And the problem is when you're working through the layers, it can go slowly and it can go quick, just depending on the person, but it also can come back too. But when you combine knowing exactly where the root is, my persistence, some people would say, my obsessive drive for questioning was what got me to, which is what my wife hates as well as loves, but it got me to the point of saying, like, there has to be a quicker, there has to be an easier, there has to be a safer way. What is it? And I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing within myself, because why is this stuff coming back? Why am I still having these issues? Why is this still happening for me? And why is this not clearing so quickly with the people that I'm working with? Okay, so it was then, like, within the martial arts side of things, there was a concept called economy of motion. And the idea of this concept is using the quickest and the most direct route to attack your opponent, to go from you to them in the shortest and the fastest and the most direct line. And that was a straight line going from your center to their center. Okay. Now, when you look at where that concept comes from, and that comes from the concept of Wu Wei, which is a Chinese concept, and it literally is about having the maximum amount of impact with the least amount of effort. And that is what I was gunning for with this. So with what I do now is very much around going to the real root core, which is within the groin, which is within the creation of who we are and why we have everything that we have going on. Okay, and this comes up through into our personality, and our personality floods through our myofascia, which is the soft tissue that runs through the body, through all of the muscles. Okay, now there's a lot of people out there that do like soft tissue massage, that do Bowen, and even with kinesiology, they use an element of this too. Now the thing is what that does is that I went through a time where I had like sciatica, kind of bedridden to the point where I could hardly move with my lower back pain. And I was seeing they're called osteopaths in the UK, chiropractors in the US, chiropractors in Australia. They have osteopaths in, I think, over here from what I've heard as well, but they also have chiropractors in the UK, and they're all pretty much similar. I'd seen bone therapies, and I found this little Japanese guy that would use needles and soft tissue work. And I found a combination of that and osteopathy to have a longer lasting effect to be able to clear the struggles that I had. Okay, but it wasn't just getting rid of it. Okay, so it was then finding out through my own digging, through my own questioning, that when we clear it that low, that the root, so when we go down to the creation and we go back, this connects in with our DNA. Our DNA is basically a like a hard drive of everything in the universe. Every aspect of everything in the universe is the entire memory of absolutely all existence, and each of us have that. Okay, well, everyone has DNA, but I mean, each of us have access to this, and each of us have the ability to connect to this and use that tool to be able to release us from all of the struggles that we've got going on. Okay, everything from our past lives, as well as from what's happened in, like, from conception to pregnancy to birth to all of our childhood, all the way through to where we are now. Okay, at this present point. So what we can't do, what no one can do to a degree, is what happens moving forwards. Okay, no one can change how you react or respond, or the meaning that you give stuff, or the problems that you have moving forwards from this point onwards. Okay, so there's always going to be something that comes up, even if it just means that you've got the best life ever. You're walking into a room and there's a ton of people around you, and then all of the negativity tends to find its way to you and kind of sticks to you a little bit, and then it will always find its way to the weakest link and then sit itself there, and then you might start to get a little bit of back pain. So although the work that I did on myself, it completely cleared the back pain, don't have any problem with it. Every now and again, if I go and stay somewhere, if I don't completely clear the room and the bed and the mattress and everything else that's around there, then I wake up the next morning with some back pain. Okay, so then I have to clear that then as well. All right, so what I've found is that with any modality every single one that I've looked at, like I said, whether it's tapping, which is effective, which is whether emotion code, which is effective, but it takes too long. Like, I've worked with some people where I've gone through the emotion code with them, and we've cleared, like, if any of you heard the emotion code, you have trapped emotions, hidden trapped emotions, trauma emotions, psychic emotions, resonant emotions. And then I've found since then, from doing my own research and my own digging and questioning, there is 3 others that I've found as well, which is like flight emotions. You have stuck emotions, and you have stubbed emotions. And these are different categories, and there's more categories of emotions that get stuck in the human body. Yeah. And it's that is causing the physical pain that we start to see and feel, or feel more than see. So it's what your body is trying to do, is communicate with you to say there is something wrong. Just like if somebody is exceptional, normally children are the best at it, at pressing all your buttons to get a negative reaction out of you. Okay, what they're doing is they're actually telling you that because you're getting triggered by it, they're actually showing you, well, this is what I can see that you need to clear, Dad or Mum. And they push all those buttons, and then you get that negative trigger, and that is basically your body's way of then saying to you, there is something that you need to let go of. And right at that moment, we don't feel like that is the case, but there is something there that you need to let go of, that which is the reason why you've been triggered. So the best way to describe this is around our perception of what is happening, the meaning that we're giving what is happening. Now, if we're standing there, just like, let's say Annie and I are standing there having a cup of coffee outside of a shop, and somebody walks past and trips over. Her perception of what happened might lead her to be really worried. My perception of what happened might mean I start laughing. Okay, so the same event happened, but we gave it 2 completely different meanings. Okay, and this is crucial then to what we go to with the emotion wise, and then where it sticks in our body. Now, you can get it to the point, which is what we do in the Raise, Release, Renew group, is where we are removing what is causing us to have these emotions stick and stay in us. because they don't have to. The energy should flow through us, around us, over us, and inside us. Okay, so this energy should be moving all the time. The reason why it gets different things like come up, as in we get a physical pain, let's say in our lower back or in our knee or in our hip or up in our shoulder, which can then lead into a headache, is because there is something stuck somewhere. Okay, we're holding on to something that we don't need to be holding on to, which is what we're going to be kind of going through to show you how you can find where it is and what it is. Now, the quickest way I've found, there are 4 ways that I've found, okay, and not all of them work for everybody. Okay, so you've got, well, 5 ways if you include somebody else telling you. So you've got someone else can tell you that this is what's coming through for me. And you've got sway testing, which I find to be the quickest and the best for most people to be able to use. Okay, you have muscle testing with your fingers like this or like this, which you can also use your arm. And in kinesiology, they use loads of different parts of the body to do that same muscle testing. So you're connecting to see which is strong, which is weak. With the sway test, it's whether you're moving forwards or whether you're moving backwards. Okay, and I found the sway test to be the quickest way to the truth. Okay, and because you can't control whether you're going to fall forwards or whether you're going to fall back. You can control the outcome in the sense of falling forward or backwards with the level of desire or influence that you have over it, which is what we're going to go through as well. Okay, now the other one is to use a pendulum. Again, there is a potential that you can influence that as well. And then there's the 4th one is that you may have just the word come to you. Okay, so you may get it that this is what it is. So you may get the whole thing, well, this is what it is, this is where it is. This is the color that's showing up around it. So different things show different colors. Like I see the vortex of a person, and then I see the color around the outside, maybe yellow. And if it's a dark green, there's more pain. The dark yellow is like there is pain in this area. If it's a dark green, then it's the person has a lot more pain in that area, or it's excruciating. Okay, and some people might hear just the word yes. Like they're asked the question and you get a yes or a no answer, or you kind of get directed. Is it upper body, lower body, and so on? It directs you that way. Okay, so everyone's going to feel a different way of being directed to where the pain is when you start getting more into connecting with yourself. Okay, and the only thing stopping you from connecting yourself are blocks. That's it. The only thing stopping you from massively progressing with any level of healing is the blocks. The only thing stopping you from having any level of spiritual enlightenment or on this journey of being able to heal yourself, because I don't heal you, no one heals you, your body heals itself. All I'm doing is facilitating the release of what your body is holding on to. And that's it. And your body then lets go of it, or your energy lets go of it, and then your body then heals itself, and your energy heals itself. It does all of this for you. Okay, so you don't need to have anybody, but what we do is by having somebody, you can get there a lot quicker. Okay, unless like you got fed up with everybody that was taking so long to get you to where you wanted to get to, you decide to just like go full steam ahead on your own and be relentless with the questionings. So I don't know if you I'm sure it's everybody, but when we're young, what's the one thing that upsets and aggravates or pisses every adult off with a child? It's the why question. Why? Like how many times have we had this from children, right? They're constantly saying why, to the point where you just like your head's about to explode. It's like, just because I fucking said so. It's like, it's your frustration then comes out, right? This is in an NLP, they turn around and say, well, don't use why questions with people because it gets their back up, it gets them defensive. Okay. But here's the challenge that I had with that. I just ignored that. Didn't believe it. Mine was, why should it take this long? I don't believe it should. It should be instant. Okay, and why Do I not already know this? Why? Because if you look at the word education comes from the Latin term or the Latin word educo, and educo means to draw out. Now, if we're going off of the basis of that, and majority of language come or have the origin from that and the Greek and side of the world and Europe and that, then we have to look at, well, if it's to draw out, it means it's already in me, right? So the only thing that is stopping me is the quality of question that I'm actually asking. And this is my helping people to get themselves out of the way so they can heal isn't my gift. My gift is to be able to ask ridiculous amounts of questions and knowing which question to ask. That's my gift, only that. So everybody on the planet can heal just the same as what I can and do all of the stuff just the same as what I can. And there's people out there that are more advanced with it than what I am. Just need you to remember is that it's the questions that you ask that determines the quality of the life or the relationship or whatever category you put in that bit as to what you have. Okay, so you just get really damn good at asking questions. But when you're using sway testing or muscle testing or a pendulum or anything like that, you are only be able to ask a yes or no question. Okay, that's it. Like, is my name Lee? Yes or no? I'm going to go forwards or backwards, or I'm going to get a strong or a weak. Okay, so does that all make sense for everyone? Good.
Yeah.
Thumbs up is all good. Right, so I'm going to share my screen. And once I've found what I need, is it going to, let's do the window instead. Let's do this one. All right, so can you all see this?
Yes.
The map of consciousness. Okay, so this is what we're going to go through a little bit first to give you an understanding of what it is. So this comes from the book Power versus Force. Now, what this is the 20, the 30, the 50 that you see there. This is the frequency that each of these emotions represent or emit. Okay. Now, the lower the frequency, the bigger the problem is going to be for you within the body. Okay, this is going to start to cause a level of dis-ease within the body. So what we're looking to do is find out where these are all hidden, and also find out why we're going to them, to clear them. Okay, when we find out where they are and we remove them, and then we find out what it is that's causing us to go to them, and then we look to change that, then what you'll find is that these things start to disappear. So shame is something that is used a lot, humiliation, and this is one of the lowest, or this is the lowest. You have guilt, apathy, grief, fear. And if you look at how the world is run, everything in the news is based around fear.
Yeah.
Everything that goes on in the world is based around fear. There's three categories that they basically are throwing out there into the world of some sort of crisis. Either financial crisis, it's some sort of health pandemic crisis, or it's some sort of war crisis. They're your three that's always going to rotate between. So everything is about fear. Nothing else. And say again?
Climate crisis.
Yep. All of those things. So climate crisis is going to affect our health, is going to affect it. So it's all more and more stuff that just kind of gets thrown out. So what we're looking to do, the idea is that we're forcing these frequencies, these emotions, this energy into us. Whereas when we go higher than this, like 200 and above, and spending our time around unconditional love and joy, this is where your power is. And this is where we want to get ourselves to all of the time. Okay, now you can go higher than this. You can go higher than enlightenment. And we go through this in the group. So to lift you up higher than enlightenment, so that your energetic frequency is so much higher. Okay, so you can use this map. We're going to go through, I'm just going to stop sharing again. Let's get rid of that. So there we go. So what we do is then is you can use that, what do you call it? You can use that I ask you to mute yourselves. Yep, let's mute everybody. That's a good idea. Let me just do that so that could everybody mute themselves for me, just so there's no background noise? Perfect. Thank you. Marvelous. Thank you for reminding me to do that. So yeah, so what we're going to do is with the sway test. So just practice it a little bit now. So if you've never done it before, is there anyone here that hasn't ever done a sway test before? If you just got to put your hand up. Okay, cool. All right, so all you're gonna do is stand up. So if this is you standing up, you're just gonna stand there, relax into your heart, okay? So just relaxing into your heart, and you're just standing still, and you ask the question, is my name? And then you give your name, okay? This only works when you're doing it. So if you're not doing it, it's not gonna work, okay? If you can muscle test, then do the muscle test, all right? So just stand there and just ask, is your name, and give your real name. You should then find you're falling forwards. Okay, so just relax, do it. Is my name Julie? Is my name Misha? Is my name Sandra? And then just ask, is my name Lee? And then you should then find that you're moving forwards, okay? This is strength. This is moving towards, okay? So this is going to be your yes. Now, if you find that you like do the same again, and then you ask and give a different name. So you say, is my name Daphne? Is my name Isabella? Is my name George Michael? If whatever it is you want to throw out there. So then, and then you should find yourself moving backwards, or you should get a no if you're going to use the muscle testing. Okay. Now this gives you a basic foundation of getting to the yes or no. Okay. Now the next question to ask to confirm this, if you all ask this, is my name Lee? Okay, so just ask that, is my name Lee? You should all then move forwards, okay? So when you do this, and the next thing to do is ask, does Lee have a middle name?
Does Lee have a middle name?
All right, so how many of you went forwards?
Me.
All right, okay, good. So what we're gonna do now is, and this is a good thing because most people have a middle name. So what we want to do is ask to remove any level of influence that you are projecting into this. Okay, so ask to completely remove any influence. I've already gone in and connected with all of you and asked and had the blocks removed. Okay, so now just ask, in your head, just say the word, like, can we remove all influence from my questions? Good. So now what I want to do is ask, does Lee have a middle name?
Does Lee have a middle name?
There we go. So you, Julie, I look like you went backwards there on that one.
No, I think I went.
You went forward again? Oh, you've muted and no, yeah. It should be going backwards because I don't have a middle name. Okay, so the next question you can ask is, and this is what this is my request to you. Okay, if you decide that after this call, we're done. Thanks, Lee. It was great, lovely. Don't know you anymore. Do this with every single person that you want to look into. Okay, ask to connect to them and ask if they actually are truthful and are knowing what they're talking about. And do the same for me. Okay, and you're going to get the true answer then as well. You move forwards, then yes, this person can actually help you. Yes, this person does actually know what they're talking about. Yes, this person is actually coming from a place of experience and is actually able to help me in what it is that I'm looking to gain or get help with. Does that make sense? Yeah. And that's going to give you true answers. Ditch all hope, ditch all desire. Okay, because the chat, and the reason why I'm saying this is not just because I want you to come with me and so you get your yeses, and then it's like, then all of a sudden my ego goes through the roof and I can't leave the room because my head's too big. But what I'm doing it for is and the reason why I haven't just flooded you with science throughout this beginning of this and most of this call is, and this workshop, is that it doesn't matter what it is. Okay, they will find someone that has done some research that they can use to put a slight slant on it and bring to the table a whole load of this is evidence and this is proof. Okay, now I'm not saying that some things out there aren't what they're telling you, but Sorry, Dorothy, I missed that. Okay, so so what you'll find is that it doesn't matter what it is at all, whether it's in business, whether it's to do with health, it makes no difference. There are ways that they can find and give you stats that will make you think that what they're saying is completely true. Okay, ignore it, do your own test, connect with their energy, connect with the energy of what they're talking about, and ask the question: is this person full of shit? Is this person telling me the truth? Is this person able to help me with what I want to get help with? So you get your answers, okay? And that includes with me as well, and anybody else, okay? Because this is the one thing I got sucked into so much because I was so desperately wanting answers. And you can get caught up in so many different things, okay? And it's not, and you don't want that. You want to get to truth. The whole object of this is to get to truth as quickly as we possibly can, okay? Now, we're going to get to that part in a second, where truth can also, I mean, I don't know if you have the saying over here so much, but the saying that I learned is that truth will set you free. What they don't tell you is after it's kicked you in the backside. So the truth might not be something that you want to hear, but is a part of it that there's a reason why you're not wanting to hear it, because it is true. Okay, and here's something that you need to let go of, which is what we're going to go through in a second. So do you all understand the idea of the sway test or the muscle test? Okay, it can take a little bit of practice if you've not done it before, but all you're doing is asking to completely remove any block, and your block will be removed. That's all you need to do. Just quiet yourself down, and we'll do this now. You're going to get a recording of this. So all I do is initially with someone is say, right, close your eyes, focus your attention into your heart. So let's all do this now. So close our eyes, focus your attention into your heart. Now, what I want you to do is to imagine that you have a big jug full of warm, beautiful, loving, light, and empowering liquid. And you're pouring this into the top of your heart. And the more you're pouring in, the more your heart is filling up. And then your heart gets filled up all the way to the top. It starts to overflow outside of your heart and comes all the way down into your body, into your legs. It continues to go all the way up through your feet, all the way up your legs, all the way up through your hips, up through your upper body, out the top of your head, and then starts to overflow all over your body. It completely wraps your body in this warm, loving light that then starts to expand and fill up the room. And it continues to expand and fills up the building that you're in. It continues to expand and fills up the entire town or city or village that you're in. It continues to expand. And as it's expanding more, it's the entire country that you're in. And it's connecting to everybody on the way through. And you're sharing your love for yourself and everybody else. And it continues on to completely engulf the planet, and continues on to completely reach each end of the universe. Okay, and then ask your question, where you have a yes or a no only answer. And you'll find then, now that you've now grounded and centered yourself, that you're going to get an answer that doesn't have a high level of influence from you. Now, if you're still getting a wrong answer, then ask to remove that influence, ask to remove the blocks that are causing any level of influence. And then completely remove them, and then you should then start to get your yes or your no answer correct way. Okay, so any questions so far? If you need to question, then unmute yourself before you do the question. Anyone? No one? Just kind of sling your hand up and I can see a hand kind of waving there. Karen, is that you? All right, no question or yes, a question? I can't unmute you. You have to unmute yourself. So if there's no questions, then I'll move on. All right, so next one is, let me bring up the first one. I'm just going to share my screen again. All right, so can you see this now? You have to unmute yourself to give me a yes, because I can't see you because I'm looking at the screen now.
Yep, I can.
All right, good. So now this is what we call our emotion chart. Okay, now this is using the sway test, which you can see on the left. Okay, and what we're asking is, am I holding emotions that I need to release now? Okay, it's a very broad question, and there's a very high probability that every one of you are going to get a yes, especially after you've had a day. And you know what I mean by a day. So the first thing we're doing is, if you look down the left side of this first page, down the left side, you've got row 1 down to row 6. Okay, then you've got column 8 and column B. Now, this is from the emotion code. Okay, this is just giving you a brief idea of all of the different emotions that are down here that we could have trapped somewhere in our body. Okay, and what you're doing is you're asking, okay, one is, do I have a emotion that I need to clear? And you get your yes, then you ask, is it in column A, and then you get a yes or a no. If you get a no, then you obviously ask, is it in column B? Now, if you get a yes, then you stay with column A. Now, you could have it that you've got some in column A and in column B. But first, we just look at, is it in column A? Okay, so then what we look at doing is it in row 1, 2, row 3, and then you just keep going until you get your yes. Okay, so let's say, for example, actually, is it possible to grab a volunteer? Who wants to be a guinea pig?
Mm-hmm.
I had a who was that? Was it you, Karen? I can't volunteer unless, like, or I can't do this on someone unless you shout out.
I show up.
Say again. Yeah.
May I show up?
You may. Thank you. Yes. All right. There we go. Thank you. All right. So what we do then was just to connect and then just ask, like, do you have an emotion that you need to let go of?
Yes, I do.
All right. Perfect. So now the first thing we do is ask, is it in column A? So is it in column A?
Gosh, it's a lot of words to read.
Don't read them. Your energy knows them. So just ask this question.
I will have to test because I just quickly. It's in column. It's on column A.
Column A, yeah.
Under long column.
Okay, so under row 3. Okay, so column A, row 3. Now there's 5 in there. So what you then is ask: is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 5? Okay, so. All right, so I get
3.
You got number 3, yeah? So rejection. That's the one. Okay. So now what we asked to do is, that's the third one down. Yep. So column A, the lung and colon one, and it says row 3. Yeah. So third one down is rejection. Okay. So then ask now, in what you would do if you was using, let's say, like the emotion code or something along those lines, you would ask where it is, or you would ask, just kind of run your hand with a magnet or your hand over your head, which is the governing vessel that goes around the entire body. Okay, but you don't need to do this, okay, because there's a quicker way. Now, what I want you to do, because there's going to be more than one place that rejection is being held, okay, all you need to do is turn around and ask, can you see everywhere in the body that rejection is being held? Okay, remember the questions are important to ask. So you ask, can you see everywhere in the body where I have rejection being held? You can?
Left shoulder.
All right, cool. So we don't need to know, because that would mean it takes longer. What we're asking is our unconscious or our subconscious or our superconscious or our higher self. We're asking an energy outside of us if it knows or if it can see everywhere in the body where rejection is being held, because it's not just going to be in one place. Okay, just ask that and it would say yes. So then what I want you to do is ask, can you bring it forwards? So can you bring everywhere the rejection is being held forward for me,
Bring
please?
everywhere rejection is forward for me, please.
Yes.
Go, Karen. She's on it. Good. So then what we're going to do now is ask, can you clear it, please?
Who is you?
You're
Is that
speaking to
you
the energy
personally,
around
or
you.
is
Yeah,
it the
the energy
or-
around you. Yes. Yep, the energy around you. You're asking, you're using the energy around you and you're saying you to that energy. Okay, so you ask, can you clear it for me, please? Okay, did you get a yes or a no on that one? You got a no? All right, so here's what you do next. Can you, is there blocks?
Yeah. Maybe it's an understanding thing because you are, I am not really sure what I'm addressing with you. Yeah. So if I
Any
make
energy.
a statement, may the energies that are surrounding me clear this issue, then I have a clear statement that I can have a yes or no answer to.
Yeah, but then we don't want to give one specific energy, because it could be we're looking to go as high energy as we possibly can. So which from my understanding, I've not found a name for it yet. So I say you. So I'm connected. I am that energy. You are that energy, and one energy. So I've just been told one. So can you, as in the one energy, remove this from me? Did you get a yes that time or no?
Yes, it's interesting, you know, it's a semantic question. Yes, he can, or you are you, I can. Yes. Will it be done? Yes. The
Has
question,
it been done?
can it be done? Yes, it can be done.
All right, we don't want to.
It's
That's all
semantic,
good, but
it's open to choice.
all right.
Am
Has
I
it been done?
choosing it? It can be done. Am I
Has it
choosing
been done?
it to? Am I, as you, choose to do that change?
Okay, so has it cleared though? Has it been done? Is what we want to ask. Has it cleared? So forget about everything we've been taught in the past about us choosing to, and what our personality is, our personal reality, and all of the other stuff that's there. So we just want to ask, has it been removed? Has all of them been removed? Did you get a yes or a no?
It's, the question is, how will I know when I get it?
You should get a yes to your answer. Then you'll know that you've been told that yes, it's all been removed. If you're needing more evidence of it, then there is another block there that needs to be released. So what we need to do is just ask. It looks like you kind of drifted forward a bit there from the tiny little screen. Okay.
Yeah.
So it has been removed. Perfect. Now, so what we do, so I was getting yes that it's been removed as well, so that you know, but I wanted you to say it so that I wasn't influencing anything. Okay. So now what we do is any pain that we have in the body. So if you've got something like you said about your shoulder, so the next thing you can do is, if it's the shoulder, if it's the neck, if it's the hips, if it's the lower back, wherever it is, your knee, all you're doing is asking, is there anything else in this area that I need to clear? Is there any other emotion that's stuck in it or that's in this area that I need to clear? Okay. And then you go back through the chart again. Okay. And then when you go back through the chart again, you just keep doing this until there's nothing there. Okay. So what we're going to do next, just to give you so the next one, so as we scroll down, this one gets a little bit more personal. Okay. So it's not just the, what do you call it, the emotions that we have. What this one is the reality chart. So am I holding personality traits that I need to release now? Okay, now it's the excuse me, it's the personality traits that ultimately cause the emotions. Okay, it does go further back than this, but when you look at the layers, what I was saying at the beginning, all people talk about is this certain thing here that's stuck, or this belief system. Ultimately, it will come from a belief. So you have this personality trait because of this is what you believe. So your belief comes before this. So this is what we could look at as a limiting belief by removing those. Okay, but what we're looking to do is find out where it is. So we can go through and look at column A, column B. So we find out, well, okay, right, let's say it's my upper back. And in my upper back, I find out that there's the column, let's say it's column B, that I have too much thinking. So I'm overthinking stuff, which is what is causing some element of discomfort in my upper back. Or if I, okay, so let's, I'm going to grab Karen. You're right if I volunteer you. Just give me a thumbs up. That's all I need. Thumbs up. So if we choose Karen, so Karen, if we look at.
Would you mind
Karen,
making this picture a bit bigger so that one can read the?
I'll try.
Well,
So
are you able to just slightly enlarge this graphic?
Is that better?
I'll just open my own.
Yeah. Is that, I didn't know whether that was better or not. Okay, so here's what we're looking at is we find out where it is. So rather than reading through, try to, or what you want to do is follow your body's guidance. All we're asking, is it a column A? Is it column B? Okay. And can you take me to which row it is that I have the struggle? So if you've got a neck problem, okay, so instead of saying, okay, so something in my neck, the first question we want to ask is, does it originate in my neck? So we may have pain in the neck from something like I can't commit, or I'm ignoring my intuition, or I have a negative self-image, or I'm feeling stuck, or I'm avoiding feelings. These are all connected around the neck. Okay, so these can get quite personal with what shows up. Okay, and you might not see it in yourself. So when they show up, it's better to ask somebody, if you're not sure, is this a trait of mine? And ask them to be completely honest with you. Is this something I do with no kind of backlash? So when we look at like the neck, so the neck is there and that's holding up the head, okay? That sits on top of the shoulders. So when we've got something going on in our shoulders, this could be like the burdens that we have, because the head is looked at as the world. So we have the weight of the world on our shoulders, okay, which is where this statement comes from, is that we are carrying a heavy burden on our shoulders, which is then can cause a struggles within the shoulders, okay, pain within the shoulders as well. There's just one idea. What the back is, or the spine as a whole, is a level of structural support for the upper body. So if you're not feeling supported, you may feel something in the back or the spine as a whole. If you're not feeling supported, you may feel something down in the hips. If you're not feeling supported because your hips are holding your upper body to your lower body and holding that up, if you're not feeling supported, you may feel something in the legs or the feet or the knees, because that supports the entire body into the ground, okay? If you're feeling stuck, okay, you may find that you're not able to move forwards with something, which is why you get the pain in your legs. Okay, so these are real simple ways of kind of looking at it to make it easy to get. So what we do is like, okay, so I've got pain in my neck. Then we ask the question, am I, or is this, sorry, where this pain is originating from? And if most of the time you're going to find that you move forwards and get, you move backwards and get a no. So when that happens, then you ask, can you tell me where it is coming from? So is it row? So you've got two here. So you've got two charts, one on the left, one on the right. So two charts. So is it in chart 1? Is it in chart 2? Okay, then you say, is it row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6? Okay, and you find out which one it is. So if you've got something going on in your neck, you may find there is a connection that is in the, like in between C1 and C5, C7. So you might find that it's there, but that's not the original point. So you may find that you've got something going on in your neck and the clavicle 7 is just kind of like here, just at the back there, and that there might be something being held in there. And you say, okay, is that where it's originating from? You get a no. So maybe then that it then takes you to like the sacrum. And you say, was that where it's originating from? No, actually it's starting from in the legs. And the thing is that you're self-critical. So you find out exactly where it's originating. Now you go through and ask to clear each and every one of those. So you start where it originates from. Okay, clear that, and then you work your way back to the beginning of where you're feeling the pain. Does that make sense? Because otherwise, all you're doing is what the Western medicine does, and that is dealing with a symptom. And dealing with the symptom is, okay, I have a headache, here's a pill. That will remove the headache. Okay, that's what that's doing then, is working on the symptom, not, okay, well, why do you have the headache? You could have the headache because you've got something that's stuck in your neck or around your neck. Could be then in your shoulders, which then could be on the opposite side in your hip, which could then originate from something that's happening in your knee. And the body works across, not in a straight line. Does that make sense for everyone? Perfect.
I think may I ask a question?
Of course, yes. Go for it.
It's a very sophisticated system to dig deeper and take layers and layers of originating issues to detect that and discover that. What is your technique to then facilitate the release of these issues? What is your technique?
I ask the question to release it and let it go. You know the release, so you have raise, release, renew. Okay.
So simply by stating the sentence, by stating the statement, saying the statement,
yep,
I
the command.
release all issues. Is that what you do?
Can you release this, please?
By speaking the intention. Is that is that the technique?
That's one of them, yeah. So you're giving the intention, but you're asking the correct command. So can you bring everything forward that is connected to this, and can you release it now, please? Okay, and if you get a no, then you ask to remove the blocks. Can you remove the blocks so I can release it? So the 4-step process that I use is to locate, to identify. So we're locating where it is by using this chart. So we're identifying, is it column A, is it column B, and rows and so on. That's your locating where it is and which one it is, whether it's the clavicle, the lumbar, or where it's in the hips, the legs, the shoulders, wherever it is. Okay, that's locating. I'm then identifying what it is. Okay, identifying is going through the personality trait that's showing. Okay, then the next step is to clear it, or the release. So we first did where we did the centering into the heart. This is us raising our vibrations and centering ourselves. So this is your raise.
So that's the technique. That is the technique. That's what I was asking you.
Yeah, after a period of time, you don't need to do that. Because what I do is within the group is show you how to completely raise yourself just by within seconds, like within a couple of seconds, just by asking, can you raise my energetic vibrations? And then boom, you're there. But you're there to the point of infinity plus infinity, not 1,000. So we take you there so you're way above all levels of consciousness. And when you get to that point, then you can release everything very quickly and very easily. Okay, and that's what we go through when we have the raise release. So the release is then asking, can you release this, or can you let go of this? Can you bring this forward and remove it? And you can say as well, can you send this to the matrix of the universe?
Say that again.
Can you send this into the matrix of the universe? Okay, so sending this into the matrix of the universe will mean that it is completely removed from you and gone for good. Okay, when I say completely removed from you and gone for good, it's completely removed from you in this moment, and what you did to create that and put there could still be there, which means in the future you could still bring it back. Okay, which is where the renew stage comes in, or my fourth step, which is change. Then the renew is about reprogramming your brain, reprogramming your programming in that sense that we come into this world with, and reprogramming like your blueprint, your coding, and everything as well. Okay, so when that's beyond the kind of scope of this particular workshop, but that's what we're doing in that part. So your environment is what is crucial. If you're spending the time around negative, disempowering, like energy vampires as such, then you're going to feel pretty crappy most of the time. So you're going to change your environment. If you're, like, you're trying to give up smoking and all your friends smoke, then the environment isn't going to support your decision. If you're like drink a lot, but you want to stop drinking and you work in a bar and you go out with your mates that like to drink at the weekend, then, or you meet up with friends in the like some evenings and you have a few drinks and you want to give up drinking, then that's not going to happen because the environment is not going to support what you want to do. So it doesn't matter how strong your willpower is, over time, the environment will always win. Okay. So when we're going through this, all we're doing is using the sway test to find out which column, which row, and which specific personality trait it is, or which specific emotion it is that I need to release. It could be that you have a personality trait that you need to work on and release and change. And it could be that there is also an emotion there that you need to look to remove as well. Okay, you could have both. So you always want to check this. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Marvelous. Good, good. Oh, I'm going to stop sharing now so you can all see me. Good. So does anybody have any questions? No? I like that. Did you get the idea, like with the sway test? So you've got the chart as well, so you can find out where you're at with regards to the levels of consciousness. What emotion am I in right now? Okay, what is it that I'm like? What level am I at right now? What is my conscious level right now? Okay, use that, and then you can move on to then the next one, where you're looking to release what it is that's there too. Mm-hmm.
So with the sway test, if it's forward, it's yes, and then you
Yep.
go back, it's
Exactly,
forward,
yes. Forward is yes, and backward is no. Okay, if you move side to side, then the side to side can generally mean that you're asking the wrong question or it's not sure. Okay, sometimes that happens with people. So they'll be standing there and then all of a sudden they kind of like left or right in. And they're not like, well, hang on, why am I moving left and right? It's because you either have some element of influence over the question that you're asking, and it's trying to fight you a little bit. Same as if you rock backward and forwards. If you're kind of rocking backwards and forwards, again, there could be an influence over it, or it could be that you're asking the wrong question. Okay, so ask that, am I asking the wrong question? You might then fall forward. Okay, if you fall back and you get a no, then you ask the question, am I influencing it? Then you're going to fall forwards. Okay, you're going to fall forwards on one of those two questions if you're moving side to side. All right, but there isn't a more accurate way of getting the truth than that. Okay, honestly, and people will tell you their answers or what they say, whatever they're going to say to you, and they can come across very believable. But by you asking this question, like the same with, like I said earlier, when whoever it is that you're listening to, ask the question. I do this as well. Like, is this person actually genuine? Is this person full of shit? Is this person actually able to do this? Can this person actually help me to clear and get rid of what I'm looking to get rid of? And if you're getting your no's, then listen to your damn body. If you're getting your yeses, then okay, let's find out a little bit more. I'll stay a bit longer. I'll listen for longer. Okay, and the struggle is if it's like a very emotionally charged question that has, I don't know, is this person manipulating me? There is going to be something else going on in the background with you that's going to have a level of influence over this too. Okay, so you need to then ask. That's a little bit more in kind of intricate with the detailing of the question. Okay, but asking simple questions like, is this person actually telling the truth? Does this person actually know what they're talking about? Is this person actually able to help me? Can I get there quicker by having this person in my corner as such and helping me that way? All right, so they're really good questions. But then when you go through the personality traits and then go through the emotions, you're going to find some things that might show up that you might not want to hear. So there is one part on there which says goop, and goop is the good opinion of other people. Okay, so you know what that is. So sometimes we can get caught up of listening to the good opinion of other people and doing everything based off of trying to gain other people's approval. Okay, for me, I found that I was spending my time surrounding myself with people who would belittle me and be highly demanding of me, that would then get me to drive myself forwards to do more and become better at whatever it is that I was trying to do, to try to gain their approval. Okay, to give you like an idea of it. And then when I asked the questions and went deeper, has to be a reason why what is my driving force behind all of this? And it was to gain approval from my parents. So all I was doing was finding other people around me that I was replacing my parents with. And I was like, how can I gain their approval? So everything I was doing was based around that for majority of the time. Okay, so when I found that out, I was like, no, that's not me. I'm not like that at all. That was my ego. That was my pride. That was my obstinance kicking in. Because I didn't want to hear that. Okay, so when you go through those personality traits sort of things, it can be truthful and it can kick you in the backside. Okay, but it will set you free. Okay, perfect. Any other questions at all? Any other thoughts? No?
No.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Good.
Lee.
So we do like in the group that I was talking about, we have a raise, release, renew group. We do 2 sessions per week at the moment, where you can join those 2 sessions per week. They're 30-minute sessions where basically we raise the vibrations to as high as we possibly can. Okay. Now everybody is different with where they're at, so you're going to go as high as you can with it, and we're looking to raise that each time, to have a collective overall energetic vibration as high as we can possibly get to for each individual. Okay, so this will then take you above all of your stuff, and then we'll speed up the process of releasing it. Okay, which is the second part, the releasing, where we then start to remove all of the stuff that's going on. Okay, and then over in time, we went in and start to look at renewing. Renewing is our thought process, what's going on around us, the reprogramming the subconscious and the whole psyche of the body, so that we then are avoiding those type of people. We're avoiding those type of energies. We then have more belief in ourselves and a higher level of self-worth, even if it's like, I believe mine was really high. When I first started doing this, I thought like, yeah, mine's already there. Everyone was saying you're really confident, but no, there was a lot underneath that was showing up when I started digging. Okay, and that was what was causing the back pain, the hips, the sciatica side of things as well. And then when I went through past life regression stuff as well and cleared all of that, I found out a hell of a lot of weird stuff, and then cleared all of that too. Okay, so the group for that, like I said, you get in 2 classes or 2 healings per week. The goal is is to get it to, we have a lot of people in there, but we're doing then one every day. So they're moving that on to doing 2 every day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, that people can attend, okay, depending on where they are in the world. So at the moment, there's a Monday and there's a Thursday, but the cost of this is normally $97, but for you guys, we're dropping it down to 37, and it's 37 per month. So when you're normally paying like $200 or anything from $200 or 100 and something pounds up to 300 and something pounds per session, per healing session, you're getting 2 per week. That's 8 a month for $37. Okay, plus you have access to everything else that's going to be in there as well. And there's going to be loading in there. Everything I have is going to be put into that group. Everything I've learned, everything I know is going to be put into that group. So your price won't change over time. But when we get to a certain number of people, it's going to be at $97 per month for anyone to join. Okay, so that's offered there for you. If you're want, I will on the PDFs that you have. If you go to raisereleaserenew.com, then you'll be able to gain access to it as well. And I'll at the moment I'm going to be keeping the price at $37 from $97 for the next couple of weeks. So if you can get in there and you want to be part of that, kind of getting the healing going and more, then great. I'd love to see you in there. We'd love to help. Any questions at all?
I just want to say I've been to one of the Lee's sessions that he was just talking about, and it was really good.
Yes, you wrote I'll show you. Let me show you. So I'll show you inside. As we're here, we may as well do it, right? Give me a second. Let's bring it up. So bear with me.
But this is my comments.
Yes, I'm going to show your comment as well.
Hopefully Janine.
So here, can you see this? So this is inside the group. There's 12 of us in there at the moment. Not everybody shows up all the time, and some people are really quiet and don't say a damn thing. But basically, so in here, you've got the classroom that you click at the top, and you've got a multitude of different things. So the Resilient Mind is going to be all about self-sabotage and imposter as well. And we're just going to carry on kind of working through meditations and other very kind of ways of reprogramming the subconscious mind, third eye activation. There's just like DNA activation, connecting with the DNA. That's all going to be in there too. And every week, like if you click on calendar, you'll see that there is 2 sessions booked in every week. So 2 30-minute healing sessions. Okay. And if we look at, here's Annie, who's on the call now. Can't get enough of me. She's like Karen's. It's just everywhere. I don't know where your comment is. Hello to the group.
No. Under
love. Was it under feedback and suggestions? Yep. So we look up here. Okay. So here we go. So here's what I don't know if you can see that. Can you see the little note? Just finished my session live group with Lee on here. I was amazed, with how high I felt my energy levels kind of rise. You were saying that you felt your heart kind of like swell and really kind of projected out the energy that way. So we are, like I said, I'm gonna stop sharing that. So you'll have access to all of this as well. And like I said, I'm going to be putting in everything that I've learned in there. Okay. And you're going to have that too. Access to that. There's going to be more and more and more added each month, and like I said, more and more healing sessions that we're going to be doing each week as well. Okay, so we're not just going to be doing those 2. Like I said, the goal is to get 2 per day going on in now. So it's 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening, and that's so then we can cater for everybody throughout the world. Okay, I'm going to be going through different things in there as well to do with the saboteur and the inner critic, as well as the kind of toxic narcissistic kind of relationships and clearing through those, as well as breath work, as well as super conscious work and connecting to the super conscious, so that you can be kind of doing all of these yourself, and then you won't need anybody else. Okay, obviously having someone else is very helpful. Okay, and being part of that community will mean that collectively, like there was only 3 of us on the call, and hers is cut off now, but there was 3 of us on the call on Thursday night, and from those 3 people, from us 3 there, the energy that we made and the energetic vibrations that we managed to raise up to had a massive impact on all 3 of us. Like we finished at I don't know, just after 8 o'clock in the evening, and I was lit up for hours afterwards. It took me like ages to get to kind of wind down and get to sleep. So it's a good one for the start of the day. It's a good one. Actually works out perfectly, Julie, like because you're 7 hours behind us right now, and then soon you'll be 8 hours. Like you get kind of that 1 o'clock kind of time in the day where you're just kind of having a little bit of a lag, or like to get you through the 4 o'clock big lag that we all have, and then it can kind of give you that boost for the rest of the day. And everyone think you'll be like high on Red Bull or too much caffeine. I know Annie messages because Annie's 2 hours ahead of me, so she was kind of like, telling me the next day that I don't know what time it was that you ended up getting to sleep that night. But the whole point is that we're raising it so high that we can, all of the stuff that's going on around you will just dissipate. And if this is going on, and it doesn't matter who you are, like anybody that is in like this healing or spiritual kind of world, it will say, oh yeah, like I do this, I do that, and they give the impression that they've got all of this and they are all of this, but it's absolute rubbish, because you can't stop what's going on in the world and what's around you connecting to you in some way, in some form, that you will have to release it, and it will have some effect over time if you don't. Okay, everybody has that, because we're human and because we are energetic beings, and there is this energy around that does connect to you as well, and especially when you look at all of the other energies that are being thrown around out there. Okay, by being in that group as well, you do then obviously get discount to doing kind of one-on-one sessions with me as well. All good? Anything else before we wrap up?
No, thank you, Lee. Lovely to see you.
Yes, you're very welcome. It's nice to see you as well. It's been a while, a long while.
Sorry, Lee. Are
Yes.
they 7 o'clock those things, Monday and Thursday?
7:30.
Oh, 7:30. Okay.
Yep, 7:30. I've done it at that time for now, purely because when my wife's at work, I'm daddy daycare, so I can get a little one to bed by 7 to 7:15. That gives me enough time to put my makeup on and get my lighting all set up for the camera, and then I'm good to go.
Great. And so do you mind just recap, because while you were doing part of the balance there with Karen, I was looking at the chart, I made it bigger. So I think I just missed a bit. So when you look at the personality traits and you ask, is there something here that I need to let go of?
Yes.
And you ask, can I clear it? And if it's no, is that when you check, well, is there an emotion blocking it?
No, just ask if that blocks. Don't worry about whether it's an emotion or whatever it is. Just ask if there's blocks. Yeah. So I go into a little bit more detail in the group. So I'm going to be adding a Q&A into the group or into the community, where basically I go through why we have the blocks. Okay. We come into this world with them already programmed into us. Okay. So that goes a little bit deep as to what's going on there with that bit, but we'll be going into that as well as we kind of move through the curriculum. So the whole point of the community is that everybody's engaging with each other. So the only way you can open up different classrooms that are in there is by engaging in the community, is by like going through some of them, is by posting and giving your feedback of what's going on with yourself, what you found, by just putting up a post about like helping somebody else. It's very much an engaging community. The more you do that, the more those other things open up and unlock for you.
Okay, so what you showed us on the classroom on YouTube there, they were different classrooms that you log in so it's not like a live attendance like what we've got here.
The calendar one is, yes, that one's live. The other ones, those are basically workshops that I'm loading into it, going to be loading into it over time. And they don't unlock until you do certain things.
Oh, great. Got it.
Okay,
Thanks.
so it's very much an interactive way, and it's not that you need to pay more. There isn't that there. It's that you are supporting the community.
Yeah.
You're helping yourself and helping someone else for those other ones to unlock.
Yeah, that's great.
All sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect. Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
just remove the block and you're good to go.
I'm gonna log out now. Is
No
that
worries.
okay?
See you later. Bye, Julie. Right.
Bye-bye.
Any other questions? Are we good to go?
Good.
You will get a recording of this, everyone will, so it will come through.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, everyone.
Great.
Lovely to see you all and meet you all, and I'd love to see you in the group for Monday's call if you can, if not Thursdays. Otherwise, reach out. You got me on Facebook as well. There's stuff going up there too. We'll speak to you soon. Have a good one.
I can
Thank
make it again
you.
next time. Do we use
Yeah.
the same password and everything next time?
For in the
Like, do we-
group,
Yeah, when we want to log back in on Monday.
yes. Just log straight back into the group that you've joined in with, and use your password that you set up there. You can download the app as well. That's there, the school app. So I'll send
I
you the
thought
link
it
to
was-
that. That's
I thought it was. I was going to ask you about that, the school app, and I thought, yeah, okay, maybe
yep.
it's the app.
So
It
you're going to
might
need
be
to download
easier.
the school app. Yes.
Oh, okay, I'll do that. then.
SKOOL.
Yep. I'll do that.
Okay.
Mm.
What I'll do is, if you go to raise, if you've not already part of it, if you go to raise, or even if you are part of it, if you go to raisereleaserenew.com, that is like goes straight to that site where the school, where my whole curriculum is, or part of the curriculum is so far, and whether we do the healing in the calendars and everything as well. Okay, so you've got
okay.
access to that all there. So just go to that, you'll log in through that, and then you can download the app. So download the app is going to be the quickest way, because you'll stay logged in and you can get straight into
Oh,
accessing
it's
everything.
so
that's
much
going on.
easier than the other, because just the hiccups,
Yes.
you know, you got to get in. Because as I said, like earlier on, when we were talking, I did all the info to join, and it said, right, join up, put the credit card in, rah. Got the code off
Yep.
you, did all that, submitted it, and nothing happened. I was like, oh, okay.
But
That's
that
fine.
was with this one. This one is different. So this one is to do with the different workshop we just put on. Okay.
Oh, right.
So the one in the school one, I'll send the email, the URL. Did everybody download from the chat? The two PDFs.
Yeah, the school ones that you
Perfect.
have sent me, I go into that link to check it out and join, and it comes up nothing on the internet.
Okay,
Doesn't even
I'll go through
load.
it with you. We can go through it on Messenger. I'll go through with you there.
Yeah,
make
but
sure
you know
you
what I mean? When I went through the email when you sent them, I go into it. Like, you know, you take press here to go into it. I go into it, go over to Safari, and it just comes up blank. That's it. Won't do
Okay.
anything. It's obviously
I'll have
the
to
app I
have
have to do.
Look.
Yeah, I might have to look at the maybe need to download the app then.
Yeah, that
when you
app,
send me the
downloading the
link.
school app is the easiest way. But if
Yeah.
you logged into the main site and you click on Start Here, it has the links for you to be able to download it there.
Oh, okay.
So just quickly, when you said, have we all opened up the videos that are here?
The
Sorry, do
PDFs
you
in the
mean
chat.
The PDFs?
Yeah, you said that you kind of like raised them and was looking through them yourself. So I'm
The
guessing that you've
PDF,
already,
yeah.
you've
And
already
one more
downloaded
thing,
them.
say for my daughter Sam, who does happen to be in pain, couldn't come tonight.
Yep.
I'm going, oh, you really, you're going to need this. So for someone like her, does she come through this way first, like your workshop here type of thing first, and then
No,
on?
she can go to raisereleaserenew.com. Click on that, go to that link, and then go through and join into the community that way.
Oh, great.
Okay, so she
Thanks.
can join in with that way. She won't have to do this workshop, but and this workshop will be loaded up into the community. So anyone that's in there that couldn't make it this evening will still have access to this as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, great.
so they'll get it. So she'll be able to listen to that too. Plus, when we're doing the healing or the sessions twice a week at the moment, I don't go through the details in the sense like we are now. It literally is just a case, sit down, quiet, center ourselves, we raise, and then we go through everything and I clear it all with you. Okay, Annie's learning and has learned a lot of what I do and how I do it. So she's in there supporting everybody as well. So there's like, you're getting a double pronged attack of everybody kind of raising and clearing and helping you. Okay.
Great.
It's going to be awesome.
Awesome. That's awesome. Nice and clear.
All right,
That's
you
great.
guys
Thank you.
have a fantastic one.
Yeah.
Thank you all. See you soon. Thank you for
Hey, how
coming.
did your Father's Day go today?
It was very nice. Thank you. It
Oh,
was very
good.
nice. Yeah,
I was
we went
thinking
out
of you
and,
today.
Was you?
Yeah, I was
That's very
thinking
kind of
about
you,
it
thank
today. No, I was thinking,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, hopefully he's having a good time.
I did. Had a very nice time.
You got
Got to
spoiled
play.
rotten?
Yeah, I got to play Go Fish, and I got to play Uno and Uno Flip. And we went out
Oh,
and had a nice
Uno's
meal.
fun. I love Uno.
Uno's brilliant. And then
Oh,
we went to the rapids, and we saw the Waterfall Bells Rapids, and we loved it. Yeah, it was all
Oh,
nice.
it's nice to
Wow.
see the rapids. So, oh,
I thought
that's cool.
Father's Day was tomorrow.
It is, but my
Yeah,
wife's
he is,
working
but-
tomorrow, so
Yeah.
she can't. We
That's
did it
right. I
today.
knew about it. We were chatting about it the other day, weren't we, Lee?
We was
Almost had
indeed,
to remove
yes.
a block of confusion there from myself.
No, it would have confused you. I knew Lee knew what I was talking about, didn't you?
I knew, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you knew because I knew about it. Oh, that's good.
Brilliant.
You got spoiled rotten, darling.
Right, I'm going to go put my
Thank
little ones to bed now.
you,
Have a good
Mate,
one.
have a good evening. Okay,
Bye,
you
guys.
too,
Love
then.
you all. Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.